Yo, Dream Team, it's your boy D Neal with another reaction video. Here we are with Andrew Tate destroys Dave Portnoy debating men versus women. I'm intrigued to jump into this debate and see what both sides got to say, see perspectives of both sides. Before we dive in, y'all know I need y'all to dive into that subscribe button, ring the notification bell, get a video a thumbs up so it gets suggested. Social media and Patreon, all up top. You can subscribe to any of it, put all the links in the description. All you gotta do is hit the link, follow me, talk to me, shoot me, talk back. If you got a favorite video suggestion, you can subscribe to Patreon or drop it in the comment section. What we got?
It's a big thing. What? All right, you're also known. You said it appears wildly sexist stuff. Are you anti-woman?
I love women. In fact, interesting statistic: 100% of the people I've ever had sex with were women. So I love women.
It's an interesting statistic. 100% of the people I had sex with were women. So I love women.
Interesting statistic: 100% of the people I've ever had sex with were women. So I love women. I have nothing against women at all. I'm not sexist in any regard. I'm not misogynist either. I'm a realist. Like, I'm a realistic person. As a realist, in the modern world, they're going to call you sexist, misogynist, etc. But I'm none of those things. I am just.
Why do they call you that? Why do they call you that?
Because I say.
What do you think it is that you say that makes people think you're like sexist?
Because I say the truth.
Which is?
Women can't fight. Men are stronger. Like, based. More true things. I think another thing I said is and maybe I'll upset the ladies on the podcast. I hope not, but please correct me if I'm wrong.
Probably will.
I said if I were to get on a plane and that plane was to fly into the eye of a hurricane, and there was a 50% chance of it crashing, I'd want a male pilot because I think that males are better under stress and under pressure. I think they're less likely to get emotional in a life or death situation. That's why they make better soldiers. That doesn't mean that doesn't make me misogynist. That doesn't make me sexist. That's just true. Women are better at other things than men. And I'll sit here and say women are better at X. But I will say that men are better at Y. I'm not going to sit and pretend that we're all the same. We're not. Under pressure, when your life is on the line, anyone who's honest would want a male pilot in said situation. You would not want a female pilot.
So I disagree with that.
I think in that situation, I just want whoever's most experienced. If the male pilot is more experienced and he's been through tougher situations, I want them. Female's more experienced and she's been through tougher situations, I would want them. But I understand his perspective and where he's coming from in saying that we're not equal in certain aspects. We're not equal in certain aspects. Women are better, like he said, women are better at a lot of things than men are better at these things. And he said, I'll freely say women are better at X, men are better at Y. There are things just that women are going to be better at. There are things that men are just going to be better at. That's the way the world works. Yeah, I want the most experienced pilot. I will say that.
Honest would want a male pilot in said situation. You would not want a female pilot. So
I disagree with that. I think that's a person by person, but I agree with men are stronger than women. I don't think anyone can argue that.
If you're telling me if you were to fly into a hurricane and you had the choice between a male pilot and a female pilot, you wouldn't have zero preference at all, Dave.
Not knowing anything about either of them, they're both pro pilots. No, I wouldn't. We're not talking about dunking a basketball.
Well, I would choose a man because I know from my own personal experiences that when shit hits the fan and emotions are high and it's life or death, that the man is more likely to remain calm. And calm is what's going to keep me alive. So I would choose the man. For the same reason, I would choose women to do other things. Let me give you another example then, Dave. If gender roles aren't real and you're now...
No, I think there are gender roles are real. That particular example, though, I'm sure you can have great female pilots.
I never said you couldn't. I said I'd choose a man in that particular situation.
I don't think that's like, I don't know about Brie and O'Malley. Like, that doesn't make me...
Yeah, Brie O'Malley, do you think that's like, do you call that like super sexist, or where you guys...
Well, I think it's like with what Dave said too. I think it depends on the person. Like, there could be a way more emotional pilot that's a male, and then a female one that could be more emotionally stronger.
But regardless, they go through the same training.
Yeah, I think he's saying you don't know anything about the pilot. You just can pick blind.
Yeah, well, obviously,
a male
I
or female.
disagree with that. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a general.
If I gotta pick blind, I don't know. I'm not gonna answer that. Keep going.
You just can pick blind. Obviously, male or female.
Disagree with that. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a generalization because exceptions don't disprove the rule. You're
but
right.
I don't think that makes you like Satan for saying that.
No, but I think like you say a lot of stuff about women like that they're your property.
Are there more male pilots than female pilots? I guess probably there are. So if you had to pick blind, then you'd probably pick a male pilot just because, I mean, just historically, there's been more male pilots than female pilots. And so you would think, all right, well, historically, there's more male pilots than female pilots, so this male pilot's probably good. He's probably... So I understand where he's coming from with that. Okay.
Like Satan for saying that.
No, but I think like you say a lot of stuff about women like that they're your property.
That's not what I said. I was talking about an OnlyFans company when that question was asked. But I said that if a woman is going out with a man, she belongs to that man. That's his woman. So if she wants to do OnlyFans, she owes him some money because she's his. Yes, that's what I said.
Well, that's crazy.
You think if a
that
man,
one's crazy.
So you think that a man going out with a girl that's just your property? There can't be an equal relationship?
No. That one was nuts.
Okay,
that one was nuts.
This is where it goes crazy.
Cool.
No, but no, that one you can. If I understood what you said, that if a guy and a girl is dating and a girl does OnlyFans, she owes him a cut.
No, 100%.
Girl.
100%.
She is his girl.
But what does that have to do with anything?
Because she's his.
Yeah, so that's
so that is you saying that women are your property.
It's not about being property. It's about the fact that she belongs to him, and the intimate parts of her body belong to him because they're in a relationship. And if she wants to sell those, he has a stake in those intimate parts of her body.
So it's reverse. Male porn star owes the woman.
I don't know, because I think the women belong to the man. I think the woman's given over
that's
to the man.
inherently where you get called sexist.
No, it's not. Well, you can call me sexist if you want, but if you look at marriage, it's the bride's father who gives her away. It's not the groom's father.
In
Is
old
it?
tradition.
I gotta guess.
The woman belongs to the man.
So is slavery.
Oh, on that, I don't know, because I just personally, I wouldn't date, I guess, an OnlyFans star who was doing it. Me personally, that wouldn't be desirable for me. I don't want my girl like showing herself to the world. I do want her just for me, and she wants me just for her. Like, she don't want me showing myself to the world, and know what I'm saying? And so I don't really have a stake in that section. If she did OnlyFans, no, I wouldn't even say if she did OnlyFans, because no, she did OnlyFans, she gonna be single. And so I don't know how to feel about that situation, that whole situation. So we gonna keep it going.
I gotta guess.
So is slavery.
Yeah, no, but I got to guess, as somebody who's multicultural and everything, that certainly is a tradition that does not apply everywhere.
The woman is always given over to the man.
Really?
Read the Bible, read the Quran, you can go to
You're walking down the aisle, no chance. There's like African cultures where they don't do that.
I'm sure there are some obscure tribes somewhere. I mean, I can't say I'm not a professional.
But you get it. You seem like a very smart guy.
Understand
you
why
seem like a smart guy. You're saying a woman is the property of a man if they're dating.
I'm not saying they're a property. I'm saying they're given to the man and they belong to the man. It doesn't mean they're a pure property without emotion. It means they're given to the man. They take the man's name.
You said
they
it's
belong
her
to the
parts.
man.
You said it's the guy's parts. You're like, if she's on OnlyFans, the guy owns those parts, so he gets a cut.
Well, those parts are intimate, right? That's the whole point of her being his.
Yeah, but you didn't do reverse. When I said if a male porn star does it, he doesn't owe the girl a cut.
Correct, because he doesn't belong to her. She still belongs to him.
Correct. So that's the sexist part.
And you've also said that.
I think in relationships, the money is gonna be shared, guys. In relationships, a guy, if he's making the money, he's gonna be taking care of his woman. It's his job. If we're doing gender roles, it's gonna be the male's job to take care of the woman anyway. Know what I'm saying? He's gonna be providing and doing all that. In the other role, if a woman's, I hate speaking on this because I'd never be in this situation, and I'd hate to put myself in those shoes. But yeah, either way, I'm saying even if the male didn't give her a cut, he's gonna spend his money taking care of her anyway. So she kind of basically is getting a cut. So in a relationship, I mean, I hope both people are not just like, hey, I'm gonna pay for dinner. I'm gonna pay for my dinner. You're gonna pay for your dinner every time you go out. I'm gonna pay for my side of things. You're gonna pay for your side of things every time you do something. Like, I would think you would want to try to spoil your significant other. You would try to spoil your other. I don't know. Money. I I honestly don't know. Like, I can't speak.
Because he doesn't belong to her. She still belongs to him.
Correct. So that's the sexist part.
But and you've also said that you could have multiple partners, but a female that was with you couldn't also have multiple partners.
Well, a woman could say that same thing if she decided. She could say, I can sleep with multiple men, but my men can't sleep with multiple women if she so chooses. We're all free individuals, right?
Yeah, but you wouldn't agree if a woman said that.
I don't think
No, and you don't agree with he saying. It's just if you say that I can have multiple partners and my girl can't, then you have the right to say, well, I'm not cool with that. I'm not cool. And if you say that I can have multiple partners and my man can't, he has the right to say, I'm not cool with that. And we're all free. So just because Andrew Tate doesn't agree with that isn't the buy all end all. Like, neither one of you guys would agree with that. Like, keep it rolling.
Choose. We're all free individuals, right?
Yeah, but you wouldn't agree if a woman said that.
I don't think I would personally find that revolting. Correct. But there are women who find what I say revolting.
So you're not telling other people what to think. You're just saying how you think.
Yeah. I mean, if I think that I think if a man is not sexually exclusive, it's not the same as if a woman is, because with a woman you have the paternity issue. With a man you don't have a paternity issue. If I have 3 girlfriends and they all get pregnant, we know who the mother and who the father is. If you have 1 woman and 3 men, you don't know who even the parents are if she got pregnant. So it's a whole big issue, right? Science can step in and kind of fix it. But it's a good discussion.
DNA
That's a
tests are
fact.
pretty accessible nowadays.
Of course, yeah. That's exactly it. So I said science can step in and fix it, but that doesn't mean it's not haram and against the will of God. Look, read the Bible. Every single man had multiple wives. Not a single woman had multiple husbands. It's against the will of God. It's disgusting. In the eyes of God himself.
That would assume that if you're going in this multi-universe where everybody's reading the Bible, which is there's different religions all across the globe, reading different things, believe in different things. Interesting.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So what my point is, if we talk about tradition, I'm not even talking about myself here. This is not about my personal life. We're talking traditional. Traditionally, every single man in history had multiple wives, and there was not a single woman who was celebrated for having multiple husbands. Female promiscuity has always been disgusting and frowned upon. In every single book ever written, ever, in all of history, in all cultures ever, women were supposed to be virgins. Women sleeping with lots and lots and lots of men has never been celebrated, ever. Besides, in the last 40 years in the West, in a degrading society. Well, yeah, okay, cool. But if you're going to look at it traditionally, women were not supposed to act that way. And I don't think women want to act that way anyway. I don't think women intrinsically want to fuck a bunch of people.
I don't think you know what women want.
Well, the women I know don't want to. Well, I mean,
I don't think he's making good points on this stuff. He's traditionally speaking, yes, that what he's saying is true. Traditionally speaking, that's a fact. He's not lying. He's pointing out certain points that are factual.
I don't think you know what women want.
Well, the women I know don't want to. When I meet a woman, she doesn't say, I can't wait to get out there and sleep with a bunch of dudes. Maybe there are some. I don't know.
There's definitely like cleat chasers who fucking love that.
Yeah, we have 18 modern wealth creation methods, and I'll have to let people enroll in the school. It's extremely cheap. It's $49, and you can enroll and follow the systems. There's a quiz at the beginning that asks if you're time poor, if you're cash poor, because it's different. It's easy to make money if you have money, but a lot of people think that, they can turn 10 grand into money. That's not money. So it depends if you have money to start, depends if you have time, depends on your expertise. So there's a bunch of questions. We narrow it down. There's 18 wealth creation methods, and then we recommend a wealth creation method, and there's a professor in there. There's live lessons every single day along with the community. And we have currently 87,000 students. What's impressive about that is not the fact that I've managed to attribute 87,000 students. It's the fact that I managed to retain 87,000 students. So there's 87,000 people out in the world making more money than they invest each month.
It's quite a business.
Can women sign up?
Absolutely. Of course they can. I don't know where getting this impression I hate women. I mean, we can purport that. We can attempt to label me with that all we want. I'm happy to discuss it. I absolutely not really love women. I have nothing against women. I believe women are the most precious things on the planet. They create life. They should be protected. They should be provided for. I would never let a woman pay for a bill. I would never let a woman, if someone touched any of my women, I would stand up against 10 men by myself and risk my life to protect her. I believe that women are beautiful creatures. I just don't think that they're as emotionally calm as men in stressful situations. I don't think they can fight like a man can. And for the same reason, I would never drop my children in an all-male nursery. I think that's strange and weird. I would only drop them in an all-female nursery. Women do certain things and men do certain things. And we live in a world now where the whole idea of the roles has been conflated to the fact where if I come along and say women are better with children and men are better at fighting, that I'm somehow fucking sexist when it's clearly true There's nothing wrong with stating the facts. It's the truth.
You're mixing them up because I agree with some of what you're saying. Like,
Yeah,
Then you
I've always said that. I've always said when I've seen his clips, I haven't seen much of Andrew Tate, but when I have seen his clips, there are some things I do agree with, but there are some things that me personally, I just don't agree with. I don't hate him for saying it. Just has a different perspective than I do. And we can agree to disagree on those points. But I don't hate him for having his own perspective on certain things. I just personally could not agree with some things. But there are some things that just are logical that he says that just make sense. And there's no reason to be upset about some of the things that he says. Maybe it's the way he delivers it for some people, I guess.
You're mixing them up because I agree with some of what you're saying. Like,
yeah,
again,
but then you throw in the OnlyFans, you need 100%
correct
thing. Like that's
I don't think
very
anybody
sexist.
here is arguing that, like, in a fist fight, a man's going to win.
Okay,
99%.
well then, so
What about intelligence? Do you think women are as smart as men?
Well, it's been proven that the smartest people in the world are men.
See, that's
But
I think where
that's been
women
proven.
is some issues.
That's
Proven
no,
how?
that's
By
been
proven.
proven.
By
That's
who?
been proven.
How? What? Where?
So there's the bell curve, right? So men are more likely to be on the extremes. So the most stupid people on the planet are men, and the most intelligent people on the planet are men. Women are more likely inside of the middle of the deviation. So this has all been proven, right? Men are more
By
likely.
who?
Read the study. It's more likely men are
study,
on the
What
extremes.
study?
Google it.
What
You're
are you
professional.
yelling?
I'm gonna Google it. What am I writing in? What am I writing in for a Google search?
Are men smarter than women?
Okay, this should be interesting in what comes up. Are men?
It's gonna say
But
no.
I can also give you personal experience if you'd like.
It's gonna say women are. I thought Google was like women are smarter, unless I guess you're taking like the top 1% of men. I guess that's like the smartest men are probably like at the top. Yeah, but I think overall as a gender, females are smarter, but it depends on what you're smarter at. Like, know what I'm saying? Like, we talking about math, we talking about science, we talking about common sense, we talking about creating wealth, we talking about what you're smarter at is a big thing too. And so it's hard to just say one sex is smarter than the other without breaking it down into categories of like what exactly are we looking for them to be smarter at. You feel me? Y'all understand what I'm saying with that?
See what comes up. Are men?
But I can also give you personal experience if you'd like.
Yeah, let's hear
Knock
it.
your socks off.
Sweet.
Let's talk about the personal experience, right? So my father was a chess player. My father was one of the best chess players in the world. He was actually the highest ranked black chess player in history at the time. I grew up and I was a chess player from the age of 4 to the age of 13. I was a professional chess player on my route to being a grandmaster. Long story. My parents split up. I lost my coach, blah, blah, blah. So I grew up in the chess world, and the chess world's a really interesting world to grow up in because you're around hyper intelligent people who are socially awkward. A lot of them are like autistic and a bit strange. Some ex-KGB guys, some real weird guys who don't talk, but it's a world of ultra intelligent people. Women cannot compete with men at chess. Now, I'm not calling all women stupid. I'm not saying that there aren't some good female chess players. I'm not saying I could beat every woman. No, there are great female chess players, but on average, as a whole, the best chess players in the world are men, not women, because women cannot computate at the level the men do.
That's why I said you literally have to break it up into categories, because what he's saying is like men are whatever it is, men are smarter at playing chess, like. But if you take it to another category, women could be smarter at this, but then men could be smarter in this category. So I feel like you have to break it. It's hard to just in general say one sex is smarter than the other. Like at life?
Men, not women, because women cannot computate at the level the men do. That is just a statistical fact. There's a
Just so you know, in Google, you're going to say it's run by the people, but I Googled are men smarter than women, and literally every single study says there's no difference.
Oh, really? There's no difference.
Watch Reddit studies saying the most stupid people in the world are men, and the most intelligent people in the world are men, because we fall to the outward deviations of the bell curve, whereas women are more likely to be in the medium. So I'm not. This is not sexist because I'm saying the most stupid.
But I think it's wrong. Like based on everything, I just think it's wrong. Like there's like 20 studies that pop up.
Well,
so
then then search up. If you were to look up the highest IQs in the world, the first 10, first 20, look them up. Are they men or women? I haven't done this. Look it up. But let's talk about my personal experience, right? Let's talk about the chess world. The best female chess player in the world simply cannot compete with the men. I don't know where she is, number 50 or something, like internationally.
Really?
Right? There is no physical advantage. There's no reason why men should win. There's no physical element to chess.
Who do you think plays chess more, men or women overall in the world?
That's a good argument. So the argument is that men play chess more often, so there's more likely to be higher ranking chess.
There's a higher pool to pick from.
There's a larger pool to pick from, of course. But that's all. But this has been very heavily dissected inside the chess world. They found 500 female chess players, 500 women, 500 men, started them at school at the same time, started them in the chess school.
I just hate. I just highest IQ in the world. Literally, what comes up? Marilyn von Savant has one of the world's highest IQs. She is known as the smartest person in the world.
Cool. Then all right, cool. Then I'm totally wrong. I never even said. All I told you is that the most stupid people in the world were men and the most intelligent people in the world were men. I read a study on it 4 or 5 years ago, and I thought, you know what? I know some stupid men. I don't know women that dumb. I agree with that. And I know some really smart men. I don't know women that smart. I agree with that.
I think you're very smart, but for everything you say, there can be argument that an intelligent woman wants nothing to do with you because you think they're stupid. But stupid guys are like, this guy's going to make me a ton of money. So you run into a lot of stupid guys. The intelligent women are going their own way.
Well, that would be a large generalization, Dave, because you don't know.
That's what we're doing. There's been a lot of those here.
Well, you don't know
there has been, I ain't gonna lie, in this debate there has been a lot of generalizations. There's been some truthful points, there's been some honest points, but a lot of this is generalization where it's basically a person by person thing, in my opinion, in my personal opinion.
A large generalization, Dave, because you don't know.
That's what we're doing. There's been a lot of those here.
Well, you don't know the women I talk. You don't know the women I talk to. Right?
I don't. I absolutely don't.
Correct. So that's the first thing. Second thing, I'm not saying I'm smarter than every female on the planet. The 2 women who are on this podcast right now could very well be more intelligent than me. I told you about a study that I read, and now I'm telling you about my personal experience. The personal experience is in the chess world, which I grew up in. Women cannot compete with men. It's a purely computational, it's purely brain power, and they simply cannot compete. And there's a whole bunch of examples of this, right? Like I said, we can easily reverse this conversation. I can tell you all the things women are better at before you call me sexist. We can do it the other way around. But if you look at Formula One, there's no physical advantage. Women can't drive like men. Why? Their reactions are slower. It's been proven that females have a slower reaction time than men. Why? Because they evolved. They didn't need it to evolve. They weren't hunting. They weren't fighting.
Again, for
there's not a physical nature to Formula. I thought there was like a physical like nature to Formula One driving. Like driving at that kind of speed, making those kind of moves, that's got to take a toll. I would think. Is that true? I would think that would take a toll. Like,
again, for race car driving, you could argue the pool of men. I mean, even with car driving, look who's in it. It's Al Unser, Al Unser Jr., Al Unser. Like, it's you got to have the money, you got to have the access, and
family's probably been racing.
Correct. So there's a lot of factors. We have a game because we're going around. And by the way, it's fascinating to talk to. But what is this game? I can't even imagine the game we built for this guy.
So,
it's called "What Are Your Thoughts On?" Right?
Yeah. So we're just gonna list people and things they do, and then just give us your thoughts on them.
Sure.
Kind of like what we've been doing the whole podcast.
Pretty much.
All right. So first one. What are your thoughts on The Matrix?
Yeah, it was a very interesting movie, and I think that it draws striking similarities between the world we live in today and the world that is portrayed inside of the film. I think there are many people who ignore their own eyes and ignore their own ears to believe what they are told to believe, and that is what I call the Matrix. And I think the last few years has proven that more than anything, when people are running around pretending to be scared of something when they've never seen with their own eyes any single damage from the whole fucking... Let's not even start, because I know it's a taboo subject online.
I think that was a very, very interesting debate. Do I think anybody got destroyed? No. I don't think anybody destroyed anybody in that debate. I think there were a lot of generalizations in that debate where it's more of a person-by-person thing rather than a man versus woman type thing in a lot of those arguments. But I also think, I mean, there was truthful, valid points in the debate as well. Like I said, I agree and disagree with some of the points that were made. But like that's just my personal opinion. Everybody has their personal opinion of what they think and how they think, and so that's all we got for this one. You guys got a favorite video suggestion, you can subscribe to Patreon or drop it in the comment section. Subscribe to the channel, ring notification bell, get a video a thumbs up so it gets suggested. Social media, Patreon, all up top. You subscribe to any of it. Put all the links in the description. All you gotta do is hit the link. Follow me. Talk to me. Love talking to you guys. You guys are the most incredible team on YouTube. It's your boy D Neal. Out.